Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Pure Biology, and today's topic is classification about Cnidaria. Okay, so before going to this topic, I want to say thank you to all of you who have subscribed my channel and for the growth of this channel. Okay, let's continue. So this is actually the phylum Cnidaria. Phylum Cnidaria, the word Greek word knit is the main word. That's meaning is the needle, and from this word, this Cnidaria name is actually arised. Okay, and here I classified this phylum according to Rupert Barnes. So here I will discuss about the classification up to subclass. Clear? So before going to the classification, first we have to learn about the characteristic feature of phylum Cnidaria. These are actually aquatic. But few of them obviously they remain in the marine environment, and their body is covered, or the body is composed of two tissue layers. One is the outer epidermis and another is the gastrodermis. This is inner layer obviously, and this is the outer layer. The outer layer is known as the ectoderm and the inner layer is known as the endoderm. So here we can see the two tissue layers. One is ectoderm, another is the endoderm. The third feature is the body remain in two forms. One is medusa form and another is the polyform. Actually, we can see the animals or this type of invertebrates in two forms. One is medusa form, another is the polyform. In case of medusa form, the sexual fertilization we can see, or we can call them it is the sexual phase. Okay, and the polyform, these are the asexual phase. Why? Because here the new one grow asexually, but here the new one grow sexually. That means two gametes are needed in this situation, and here the gametes are not needed. One parent body is needed for for growing the new ones, or for the production of the new ones, you can say. The fourth one, actually they exhibit the radial symmetry. Okay, there we can see radial symmetry, and just like this, mouth is that and this is the total body part, and mouth is encircled like this sorry these tentacles. Okay, total mouth is encircled by the tentacles. Okay, and this is the gastrovascular cavity, and only opening mouth. There is no anus. Clear? So radial symmetry we can see here. That means if you cut the body in any part, you can see the same type of structure. Clear? So they exhibit the radial symmetry, and the short and slender tentacles encircle the mouth. That these are the tentacles like that, the rough sketch of the tentacles, and these encircle the mouth. And these tentacles actually help them to capture the prey. The fifth one, they are acoelomate. Acoelomate means no body cavity or the coelom is present. That's why these are acoelomate. Okay. Sixth one, the cnidocytes, one kind of cell that is present in their body, and this containing one stinging organelle which is known as the nematocyst. This is one kind of cell, cnidocytes, and this containing one kind of stinging organelles. This is called the nematocyst. So these are the main features, or you can say these are the main characteristic features of Cnidaria. Okay, another feature you can also read from the book. These are obviously internal feature, and here I only describe about the external feature by which we can identify easily Cnidarians. Clear? So next we have to learn the phylum. This is the Cnidaria, and classes are: one is hydrozoa, second one is the scyphozoa, third one is the cubozoa, and fourth one is the anthozoa. And the three hydrozoa, scyphozoa and cubozoa, they haven't any subclasses. Okay, but anthozoa Octocoralia, and second one is the Hexacoralia. Octocoralia and the Hexacoralia. Okay, so this is actually the basic classification and the characteristic feature of the Cnidarians. Now we have to learn the characteristic feature that is related to Hydrozoa, Scyphozoa, Cubozoa and Anthozoa, obviously the subclasses. So here the first three are described here. One is the Hydrozoa. The example of a Hydrozoa is Hydra. Then Scyphozoa, example is Aurelia, and the last one is the Cubozoa. The example is the Tripidaria. Okay. So here Hydrozoa, hydro means what? Hydro means the water serpent. Okay, hydro means water serpent. And the Scyphozoa means kyphos, the meaning is the cup. Okay, and Cubozoa, cubo means the cube shape. So here first of all we have to know the characteristic feature of the Hydrozoa. Hydrozoa, generally we can see Hydrozoa in the form of actually either polypoid form or medusoid form or in the both forms. Okay, sometimes this is the maximum, sometimes this is the maximum, and sometimes overall both are remain in the environment. Okay, the second characteristic feature is the gonads are the ectodermal in origin. Okay, ectodermal in origin. And the third one is the coelenteron. Coelenteron, which is called the coelenteron. The coelenteron is nothing but the gastrovascular cavity. Okay, and that is undivided. And as the gastrovascular cavity is called the coelenteron, so sometimes this phylum is known as the Coelenterata. Okay. Second one is the Scyphozoa. Scyphozoa, these are actually seen in the form of medusoid. Here the medusoid is dominant. Okay, so maximum number of animals, Cnidarians, Scyphozoans, these are seen in this form, that is in the medusoid form. But few polypoid forms also there. But this is insignificant. That is very few. Maximum is medusoid form. Number two, the endodermal gastric tentacle are present. Tentacles, okay, tentacles. Sorry, huh? So the endodermal gastric tentacles are present here. What are called the tentacles? These are. You can see these are the tentacles. Okay, this is the tentacles. Okay, tentacles. So gastric tentacles are present here. And the gonads are here endodermal also. So this is the common feature. The gonad is endodermal here and here also. But here the difference between the Hydrozoa and the Scyphozoa in the formation of the gonad. Here the gonad is the endodermal form, but here the gonad is the ectodermal form. Ectodermal in origin. Okay. And the last one is the first of all the example of the Scyphozoa is the Aurelia. And the last one is the Cubozoa. The Cubozoa, the first character is medusoid. These are actually medusoid Cnidarians, but bell-shaped we can see. That means this structure is the bell-shaped structure. So these are actually seen maximum in the bell-shaped form. Okay. So and the maximum Cnidarians, these are the medusoid. The body is distinctly flattened to form four sides. So here we just can see the three sides and one side is just behind the structure or the sketch, you can say, if it is a three-dimensional structure. So these are the three part or the three side, and the another side, the fourth side, this is just behind. Okay, so medusoid Cnidaria, and the body is distinctly flattened to form the four sides, and there are four tentacles or cluster of tentacles at the four corners. So if we can see the tentacles four, that means one here, one here, one here, and the last one the bit behind. Suppose this is just it's behind, okay. And or in the form of clusters. This is the cluster, that means 3 or 4 tentacles attached to each other, but in the 4 corners obviously, 1, 2, 3, and 1 is the behind the structure, okay. So these are the actual features of the hydrozoa, scyphozoa, and the cubozoa. So the last one is the anthozoa with the subclasses we have to learn here, okay. Okay, so this is the anthozoa, and anthozoa, the main feature, actually these are exist in the form of the polypoid form. Okay, so anthozoans generally exist in the environment in the polyp form or polypoid form, and here the gonads also endodermal, and the members are exclusively marine. That means these are actually seen in the marine environment. Okay, so here the 2 subclasses from the anthozoa arise. One is Octocoralia and another is the Hexacoralia. The Octocoralia example is the Penatula. This is this type of structure. This is the rough structure of the Penatula. And another is the Hexacoralia. The example is the sea anemone. Okay. So obviously these are the rough structure, and actual structure you can see in the book obviously. So here the first character of the Octocoralia is, we can see 8 tentacles and 8 septa. But these are not identified properly in this structure, but you have to memorize that the 8 tentacles or 8 septa must be present. And the tentacles are pinnately branched. Obviously tentacles, all the tentacles, they remain not same situation. Each tentacle they branched. They obviously branched into 2 or 3. And almost entirely colonial. Colonial means they not remain in the single form. They form the colonies. And 2 or 3 or maximum number of these species, they remain with each other in the formation of the colony. The second one is the Hexacoralia. Here you can see more than 8 tentacles and septa. So here the obviously polyforms, you can see the difference between these. Here only 8 tentacles are present, and here more than 8 tentacles and septa are present. Second one, the tentacles are hollow and unbranched. Here the tentacles must be branched, pinnately branched, but here the tentacles are hollow and unbranched. See, that means the tentacles not remain in this type. This is you can say these or these. This is a branch, and these remain in the single. Okay. So here the tentacles pinnately branched. Here the tentacles obviously unbranched. These are the solitary or the colonial form. That means they either remain singly or in the form of colonies. Okay, but here we can see only in the colony form. So here the classification of the Cnidaria is ended, and I think I properly describe this classification, and you must comment in my below the channel how much it is helpful to you or not. Okay. In the next video, I obviously describe, I will try to describe another classification related to invertebrates. Okay, so thank you.